good day. How are you? Amazing. Always. Okay, so this happened. I was in search for a coffee mug for a long time. And I'm very specific. I don't know if any of you are out there. I guess when we get to a certain age, I don't know. But I always use a straw. And so now, because I'm trying to make sure I'm with climate change, I'm trying to make sure I'm decreasing my green footprint. I have metal straws now, and I use metal straws. But when I'm home drinking my coffee in the morning, I like to have a mug. And it has to be a specific kind of mug. It has to be machine washable and microwavable. It has to have a certain weight, a certain size. And when you put it in your mouth to drink, it can't have a weird type of vibe. I just can't do it. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. So my last mug broke. Then I bought glass mugs. They broke. And life is life. So I bought this mug. I love my mug. And it says, I love coffee. Because I love coffee. I drink it all the time. And you know what I do with my coffee? It doesn't matter what kind of coffee it is. I don't care. But I put Café Bustelo into my coffee. So sometimes I'll just have a little Café Bustelo, a little like espresso, just to pick me up. But the majority of the time, I put a scoop of that espresso into my coffee because I just love it. Anywho, into Sweet and Lows. Don't email me about the Sweet and Lows. Don't do it. I love my Sweet and Low. Listen, that's another podcast. But anywho. So I get home, I use my mug. It's amazing. And let me tell you, it took me like 4 months to get this mug because I kept looking for mugs and whatever. This morning, I'm so excited to have my coffee. I chipped my mug. Right. And the funny thing is I always hold my mug with my right hand. I don't know what that's about, but I just do. So when you go to drink, now there's a chip there. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Oh, it's a chip. So I have to now hold it a different way. The whole vibe is over. But this is a great metaphor for life. Because does it mean I throw away the mug? No. Listen, we've all been chipped. We are all chipped away. And I gotta tell you, this is so funny. Please, cousin, don't kill me. This weekend, I had the honor of going to my cousin's house. And it was a 2-hour drive, but that's okay. We came up and it was delicious. It smelled delicious there. They were in the back doing a barbecue, but it wasn't like a barbecue that you may imagine. It was like potatoes and oh my God, the food was amazing. But the funny thing was, when we got there was a disclaimer. Oh, the house is this, the house is that. Don't look at this. And I was like, girlfriend. So we go in the house. It was gorgeous. Gorgeous. And you know what's funny? I know she's going to listen to this. Gorgeous. When I turned to the left, gorgeous. I turned to the right. I was like, work, cover girl. It was so beautiful. And you ever look through a magazine and you're like, yes, I want that. Everything you've ever wanted and dreamed was in that kitchen. It was beautiful. And here's the thing. Our subconscious makes us put out this disclaimer because somewhere down the line we had a little chip. Because I do the same thing. You come to my house, I'm like, the house is a mess. Skavutz. Oy vey. You come in and people are like, wow, you have a beautiful. I'm like, shut up. It's dirty. Do you see that over there? Don't mind the dog. Don't mind. And everyone's always like, Fanny, your house is beautiful. And I'm like, it's a mess. I have children and animals. But that's the point. This disclaimer that we walk around with. Or, girl, you look great. But look, I have a stain on my shirt. This is what we do to ourselves. We tear down ourselves. And I got to tell you, my cousin, I was so impressed. She was like, don't judge me. I'm like, I'm going to judge you behind your back. But let me tell you, there was no judgment. The whole ride home, I was like, that was a great experience. All of us felt that way. And then we saw other cousins and baby cousins. It just felt like it was needed. Maybe because, yes, we had masks for those who are asking and thinking. But it felt, and it wasn't a big thing. It was a little small thing. It felt like, yes, thank you for letting us come together. It felt great. Food was delicious. People were delicious. Ambiance was delicious. I always say, sometimes we need to visually see things, like visual. I'm a visual person. So like in my laundry room, every time you pass by, it's like, ugh. But my beautiful brother-in-law was like, look, we have these doors. We're not using them. And my husband was like, okay, we'll install it. They put it in the laundry room. So now guess what's gone? The eyesore, the chip. Now some may say, oh, you use someone else's. So what? If I didn't tell you, you wouldn't know. And if you see it, you would be like, oh, it's beautiful. That's the thing. We have sometimes this disclaimer, this, tiny letterings on the bottom of what we do. Listen to me. Live it. Enjoy it. And let me tell you right now, hold on one second. Oh, the coffee is still delicious. You heard that? Oh, I'm going to chip the cup again. It's still delicious, right? Because that's the point. The house is still a home. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. Let me tell you, I was so overjoyed. Even right now, I'm feeling a gush of happiness inside of me just thinking about our experience this weekend. My sons, and I gotta tell you, she's a good sport because my little son had her running around and I was like, I'm not gonna say anything, but they look like they're enjoying each other. And it just was. It really was. And my husband, who I gotta tell you, I made him drive, right? So that was 4 hours for him. He was so happy, joking around. Of course, he has his bromance with my other cousin. And I was missing my cousin and my sister. And of course, my aunt. But it was still an amazing time. It really was. So listen, people. The point of the story, ready? I don't want any of you walking around with a chip. No chip on your shoulder. No chip on your life. Okay, you bought a brand new pair of white sneakers and someone went and scuffed them up. So what? Wear them anyway. Feel amazing. Because you know what? At the end of the day, you are amazing. You are. I need you guys to, sometimes I get these emails and I'm like, oh my God. We've been through it. Trust me when I tell you, I've been through it. I've been through the ringer. But you know what? I always come out, dry myself off, and smell fresh like Gain. Why? Because I need to be, at the end of the day, picking myself up and making myself feel good about myself. No one else. No one else is responsible for our happiness or our sadness. Sometimes someone may say something, and that was a lot of S's, and you may really hurt. But do me a favor, take that hurt, wrap it in a pink little bow, throw it in the garbage can. Because you know what? You create your amazing future, your path, your journey. You do. Now, I have this friend that is like, oh, whatever, Fanny. And I'm like, whatever, love you too, because that's their happiness, right? That's the other thing. Just because I'm like, boop, bop, beep, bop, boop, bop, boop, doesn't mean you need to be that way. It doesn't mean that. Your happiness is your own. Like, I'll tell my husband, smile, smile, smile. And he will be like, I am smiling. And the funny thing is, the picture I will post, and this is going to be on my blog. Most of the time when I do a podcast, I always transcribe it. There's always a blog attached to it, 9 out of 10. And I always put pictures there. And the funny thing is, there's a picture I'm going to put just for you guys to go check out. And this is my husband's picture of I'm smiling. It's just so hilarious. But with that said, that's his happiness. So who am I to dictate how he should be? And that's the thing. Like, I always tell my children, no matter what, believe in yourself. No matter what, right? And they do, and they overcome so much because this is the thing. I have friends that are like, oh my God, it's not perfect. That's okay. I raise my children. It's not perfect, but practice for perfection. So you can't do the dance move, but you tried it. You don't move your hips quite right. You're trying it. You're doing paintings and it's not the way you wanted it to be. Keep going. That food was delicious, but it needed salt. Next time, remember to put salt. Whatever it is you're doing, it can only get better. It can only improve if you do it, if you do the experience. Here's something really amazing. So this summer, okay, I have issues. This summer, my sons, we went to the lake. Listen, there was nothing to do. The lake was open. It was limited amount of people. And I was like, okay, I'm home. I'm going to enjoy this lake. So from 11 to 12, every day, the whole summer. And in our community, it's available, right? So we were like, let's just go to the lake. So I took them just for an hour, just so that they can get out the house. But I am such a nervous Nelly that I didn't want my sons to, go swimming without me. So I just get so nervous. And I'm like that. And so my little son, he was so afraid to take a bath and wash his hair. I don't know if any of you have children, and the whole thing about getting their hair wet or the water on their face. In the beginning of the summer, I give them all like fish names to tell them how they are in swimming. So I say it goes like amoeba, tadpole, fish, dolphin, shark, octopus, whale, right? So like a great swimmer, that Phelps guy, he's the whale, right? But I'm an octopus because I'll go ahead and attack a shark. So I always say that. So my kids were all fishes, but this year they were all dolphins. So my little Zachy, he was an amoeba. Then he became a tadpole. Then he became this amazing fish. He was not afraid. And I saw other kids there that their parents were like, don't, no. But not me. I said, I'm not going to be afraid. I need to get over this. And I swam with him. And my chip on my shoulder is the one time I drowned when I was a kid. But I'm a great swimmer. And I hate to be like, I'm a great swimmer. But I am. I know I am. And I'm not afraid to swim. But I am very cautious about going in the deep end. And I was just kind of like very nervous about him. By the end of the summer, he was so amazing. And that little chip that I was carrying about being afraid and being worried about him swimming, I threw it to the wayside. And at the end of the summer, I was like, babe, you're a dolphin, like your brothers. And then my sons were like, wait, then we're sharks. I'm like, not yet, slow down. But it was just such a great feeling because I was putting my own craziness on him. And guess what? He was like, Mom, I got this. And he did. And guess what? That little chip is gone. So like my other son with riding his bike and my other son with like, the wrestling and things of that nature, it's gone, right? The chip is gone because I've learned to trust that I'm being a good parent. You know how many times just this weekend, my cousins were like, wow, Fanny, your sons are amazing. They're gentlemen. They're so great. And I'm like, my kids? Hold on, who? Which one? That one? What? Because as a parent, we only see the flaws, right? We just do. And I was so impressed that they can see what I see, and they can see more than I see, obviously. I have the mom vision. And then I was impressed that my kids weren't even around me at some points when we were there. They were having conversations of their own with their cousins and stuff. And that felt great that I could trust their behavior. And even like my son's friends' parents, like, wow, your sons are really well behaved and they're such gentlemen. They have such manners. And I'm like, oh my God, that's my husband. Wasn't me because I'm a loudmouth. But I'm like, wow. So my inspiration is every day taking these chips. Here, I have my little chip right here. I don't know if you can hear it. That's the little piece of chip that fell off. And it's okay. I'm going to toss this in the garbage. And I'm just going to keep my cup with my chip. Because you know what? Like I said, the coffee's still good. Thank you so much for taking this journey with me today on this Fannytastic Life. Take care. Hey Fan Life, how are you? Amazing, of course. So we are working on a special project and we're looking for 100 people who are willing to be a part of this great collaboration. What we will do is we'll send you out information, and if you are interested, then we will schedule time for you, and you will come on Fannytastic Life live on Twitch. It will be a live stream that will be recorded and then later presented on YouTube, but you could invite whoever you want to your stream, and we're looking to ask you 21 questions. You remember that game, 21 questions? Is it animal, vegetable, or mineral? Is it blue? Is it green? That's the game, but we're doing a little twist on it and asking questions to really show show things that we have common denominators about. So we won't get into all the analytics with you, but at the end, when we have all of our pool of amazing people, then what we will do is we'll present an analytical detail on what we have in common. This is a really great project to be a part of, and it's about cultural awareness and actually just kind of bringing people together. If you're interested in being part of this, all you need to do is go to Fannytasticlife.blog and look for the portfolio and project section. It's in the menu. You can't miss it. Thank you so much for taking part of this journey of Fannytastic Life, and talk to you soon.